Hello everyone, and welcome to The Adventures of Dan in London. Boy, do I have a story for you. So today, each member of my team followed around an operative from the subgroup of the council who is in charge of taking care of the waste once it's been thrown out. So they take all the bags from the bins down to the big bins in the basement so that they can be picked up by the garbage trucks and recycling trucks. So basically what we were doing is we were following them around for one iteration of their daily routine. Now, my guy had only been hired last Monday, so he had pretty much gotten into the routine of it because it's fairly simple, but he was still pretty new, so I was a little concerned at first, but I found out that before his job here, he had been working at like a big recycling place, a place that handled all the recycling for like upwards of 20 years, so I was pretty sure he knew what he was doing. I'm pretty sure you know what this is. He knows what it is too. Now, I'm just gonna let that sink in for a minute. The recycling expert learned today what the recycling symbol means. The reason I know this is because I was the one who told him. So as we were going around the floors, going from waste station to waste station, we would... Okay, so first of all, the waste stations have landfill waste, bottles and cans, mixed paper and card. So they're all part of the same counter, 3 separate holes. So sometimes, a lot of the times, most of the times, people will not necessarily put their waste in the correct bin. So sometimes when we're going around, I guess when they're going around to the stations, they will, reach in, pull it out, put it in the correct bin. Just a simple bit of sorting that can, keep the recycling from being contaminated and also keep from destroying the earth. So a few times today, we would reach into one of the bins and we'd pull out a plastic thing and we'd be deciding if it was recyclable because, sometimes it can be ambiguous, but basically I would look for the little triangle. So a couple times, I would just kind of be scanning it with my eyes. He'd be flipping it over and turning over, and I'd say, oh, there it is. Yeah, it's recyclable. Or no, I don't see anything. It must not be recyclable. So after like 4 or 5 of these, he said, what are you looking for, by the way? I mean, there's only one thing I could be looking for. So I told him, I pointed it out, and I said, I'm looking for that. And he said, oh, yeah, the star thing. Yeah, yes, the triangle made of arrows that tells you when something is recyclable. And he says, oh, cool, that's useful. How long have you been working in recycling? Okay. Another fun thing is, I don't know if we do this back in the States, but at least here in the UK, they have this, which means the item that you're holding is recyclable. They have this, which means the item you're holding might be recyclable, but you need to check in your area if that's possible. And then they have this, which means you cannot recycle this. Of course, they just have the non-labeled ones too, which just mean that you can't recycle this. I learned that today, when we were sorting through things that can be recycled and can't be recycled. I learned that today. And then after I learned that, I taught him. Yeah. To be fair, he does really know his routine very well. And although he doesn't necessarily know where to sort which things, he is learning, and I'm sure he'll get much better. And he did give us a lot of good information that we can use in our project. So tomorrow we're going to go back to the town hall, and we're going to walk through it again, and we're just going to map out all the floors and where all the facilities for recycling and waste are. And so that we just have a visual aid for that when we reference it. And tomorrow I will tell you all about that. Until then, stay tuned. Ba 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 ba.